Hi, this is Jessica with Gerber Treasures, and this video is a tutorial on how to use our Ultimate Digital Wedding Planner. So when you purchase the planner from our Etsy shop, you will get a PDF with a link in it, and when you highlight and copy the link, you're going to paste it into your web browser. And once you do that, this page will automatically prompt, and you are going to click Make a Copy. So the first page that pops up is the instructions, but we are going to skip over that since this is an instructional video and go straight to the budget tracker. So the first thing that you will notice is that there are some yellow cells. These are the cells that you are going to type things into. The white cells you are going to leave blank unless you want to check things off. So first things first, we're going to type in our goal budget amount. Let's say it's $30,000. And then you're going to type in today's date and the date of your wedding. So for this example, I'm just going to use my cousin's wedding date. And it automatically lets me know that I have 204 days left until the wedding. You're going to keep on updating today's date every time you log in and update the spreadsheet just to keep track of how many days are left. So the next thing is that there is a suggested percentage breakdown for your budget. This is based on research and what experts suggest for your breakdown. So you can use this, you don't have to. If you want to change it, you can. We tally it up to equal 95%. We leave that 5% room just in case there are any mishaps or things come up, or it's basically like a 5% emergency fund. So that way you still don't go over your budget. So as I said, you can change these if you want to. You don't have to. We suggest you don't. But so once you type in your budget amount, your suggested budget automatically prompts. So for this example, we are going to use the suggested budget. And the next thing we do is we scroll down and to the budget by category, and where every category is broken down into individual items that we can budget. So just for a quick example, let's say I want to spend $80 on a rehearsal dress and $1,200 on a gown. And this automatically tells me that I have budgeted $1,280 total for this category so far, and my suggested budget is $2,400, and I still have $1,280 to budget left. And then once we purchase items, we can type those into here, into the actual column, and then check them off. And for items that, let's say, we need to put a down payment on and pay the remaining balance later, we can use this column right here. So let's say for my bridal gown, I paid $200. This automatically tells me that I still have $1,050 remaining left to pay since the dress cost $1,250. And the remaining balance is due on, let's say, 10/10/22. And then we can type in the vendor, phone, email, and their address, just to keep all of their correspondence details in one place. And you're going to continue this down for all of the different categories. And we'll do one more real quick. So we'll do beauty next. So we have a suggested budget of $600. So let's say I'm going to do $200 for hair, $200 for makeup, $100 for manicure and pedicure, and $100 for spa. And my budget matches up with the suggested budget. And you can see over here on the graphs that our budget breakdown is mostly attire and apparel and some beauty, and another graph, a bar graph, just for a different visual reference. Those are a really great way to see exactly where your budget is going. And then again, once you pay for things, you type those amounts into here and then check them off. So the next is the checklist. Your wedding date is automatically prompted, as well as how many days are remaining based on today's date that you typed into the budget tracker. And this lists out tasks for you based on how much time is left until your wedding. You can type in your target date based on how many months before. And when you complete tasks, you may check them off. And there are spaces at the bottom for you to input your own tasks if there is anything that is specific to you that is not on the list. And next is the Entourage. This is a really good place to keep all of the contact details for everyone that is going to be in the wedding, which is especially good for correspondence for the fine details like outfits, bachelorette party, bachelor party, things like that. So for this example, I'm just going to type my name into the bride, and I'm going to type my boyfriend's name into the groom. We would type our parents' names into here, their phone, email, and then if they confirmed whether or not they will be in the wedding, you can use this drop down arrow and hit yes or no. And then same thing for the maid of honor, the best man, bridesmaids, and groomsmen. And next we're going to do the venue comparison. This is a really good tool if you're having difficulty choosing a venue. It basically automatically tells you which one you should pick. So there are key attributes that that you need to think about for each of the venues. So the first, total cost, the food quality, venue quality, customer service, capacity limits, their flexibility, deposit, and location. And these are all weighted into percentages. You can change these weights. These are my personal preference. As you can see, there are 3 of them which are 20%. These are higher than any of the other percentages because they are the most important to me. So the cost, the food quality, and the venue quality are all of equal weight and of the highest weight. So they are equally the most important to me. And then next is customer service and flexibility and location. And then least important to me is the deposit money required and the capacity limits. As I said, you can change these to whatever your personal needs are or your personal preference. You just want to make sure that they add up to 100%. And an easy way to do that is if you click the first one, hold down the mouse button and drag all the way down to the bottom, highlighting all of the cells. Look over here and you can see that the sum is 100%. And if you can't see that, you can hit this little arrow and click sum. So for example, we'll just change one of these real quick. So if I change that to 25%, I can highlight these. See, it's 105%, so I need to take 5 away from somewhere. And the next thing you're going to do for this is type out your venue names. So this allows you to have 6 different venues to compare. For this example, we're only going to do 3, but you would type out the name of the venue here in each of these each of these cells. And then you can click this drop down arrow and categorize them 1 through 5 for each of the different criteria. So let's say venue number 1 was by far the cheapest, so we would hit 5. Venue number 2 was decently cheap, and venue number 3 was very expensive. And then we're going to keep on going through. For food quality, let's say the food at venue number 1 was mediocre, the food at venue number 2 was pretty good, and the food at venue number 3 was pretty bad. And we're just going to keep on going through. For venue quality, I'm just going to click random ones at this point. And so once we're done with all of that, this will automatically score each of the venues based on 1 through 5. And then it will also automatically rank the 3 venues. So it automatically tells us that the decision 1 is the venue that we should pick, is the one with the highest score. And then the second is the one with the second highest score. And then the third is the one with the third highest score. So decision number 1 is based on your categorization. That is the venue that would be best for you. And you can type in email and phone numbers just to keep your correspondence handy. So next is the guest list. This automatically prompts the wedding date the RSVP date, which is 3 weeks before your wedding date, as well as how many days are left to RSVP from today's date. It also lets you know how many invitations you need, how many you still need to send, and how many you have sent already, which is good for your stationery. You can easily look here real quick to see, okay, I need 200 invitations to purchase. And then it also keeps track of your RSVPs, how many invites have been sent, and how many you are still waiting for a response. It tells you your attendance for rehearsal, dinner, ceremony, and reception, which is also just very handy. So you can call potential vendors and let them know, okay, I've got 12 people for the rehearsal dinner, 45 for the ceremony, and 200 for the reception, just throwing numbers out there. And so the first thing you're going to do actually is attending guests of. You can see these drop down arrows. Again, all the yellow cells are ones that you are going to input data into on this spreadsheet. So these are yellow. We know we need to put something here. So invited by, I'll click my name and then my boyfriend's name. These are automatically prompted from the Entourage for the bride and groom. And then it automatically tells you how many guests were invited by each of us or other people to try and keep the playing field even. And it also tells us how many guests are family, friends, colleagues, family, friends, etc. So the next thing we are going to do is start typing out our the people we would like to come to the wedding. So the number of PAX or PAX, I don't really know how to say that acronym, but that is the amount of people that would be attending per invitation. So let's say I'm sending an invite to my dad and my stepmom, and they live together, but so 2 of them would be attending, but I only need to send out one invite. So I would type 2 into the PAX. Guest name, I'll type John Doe. Let's say that's my dad's name. And then additional persons. Let's say my stepmom's name is Jane Doe. And then I would say they are immediate family and they are invited by me. And then we can type out their phone, email, and their address. And then once I send the invite, I can click that. And once they have RSVP'd, I will click this, and then I can say yes or no to attending the rehearsal dinner, the ceremony, or the reception. And this automatically tells me that I have sent out one invitation, I have received their RSVP, I have 2 people attending for the rehearsal dinner, ceremony, and reception, 2 guests are attending by me, 2 are immediate family. And we'll just throw another line in here real quick. We'll say my uncle is John Smith, and I have sent the invite. He's extended family, invited by me, and I have not received an RSVP yet, so I'll leave that blank. And this tells me that I'm still waiting on an RSVP. And I need 2 invitations, since there are 2 different households. And then you just continue to fill this out and have everything prompt for you for easy access. So next is the seating chart. This is pretty easy. It prompts with 21 different 10-person tables, which hopefully is enough. So yeah, then you just would type out the different names from your guest list based on where you would like them to be seated. So next is the wedding day schedule. This is just a very convenient way to keep track of what your wedding day is actually going to look like. So for example, let's say I need to have breakfast at 7 a.m. We'll do 7 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. This automatically tells me that it is half an hour long and breakfast. And we'll say at the hotel. Then let's say I need to get my hair done at 10 a.m. We'll do 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock. And it automatically tells me that's 2 hours long, hair, and at the hotel. And we'll just skip down. You can say the ceremony starts at 2 o'clock p.m. to 3 o'clock p.m. Ceremony venue, etc. And that's 1 hour. It's just a good way to list out your day and keep everything in a nice organized fashion. So the next is the program planner. This automatically prompts with the bride's name, groom's name, and your wedding date. And it's a good way to plan out the programs for your ceremony and your reception to make sure that everyone is just aware of what's going to be occurring. So you type out the venue and the venue address and the time and the program. So let's say, the same thing for the reception as well. So let's say the reception, let's say it starts at 5 p.m. And we'll say wedding party entrance. And then you can scroll down, 6 p.m. dinner. And keep on going, so on and so forth. Just things like that. I mean, you have to leave the spaces in between, but this is just an example. And it's a good way for when you go to order stationery that you know exactly what is going on, and you can easily list out on your stationery what you would like the program to look like. And last but not least is the music planner. So you can just list out the title of the song, the artist, a link, and to play during. There's one for the ceremony and one for the reception. The reception one is quite a bit longer, just for obvious reasons. And so it's a good way to keep track. Like, let's say my sister said she really wanted, I don't know, some song to play during the reception. I could type that in here to make sure that it's played. Or let's say that I know what song I want to be played for the father-daughter dance. I would put that here, and then I would type father-daughter dance. And that is it. So if you have any questions, please feel free to message me on Etsy, comment on this video, or you can email me directly. I'm always happy to help. If you haven't purchased the spreadsheet yet, I encourage you to do so. I think it's very helpful and useful. It is on my Etsy shop. The shop name is Gerber Treasures. And thanks for watching.